morning and welcome to the end of the week. It's Saturday, and I guess many people went on some really, I know you guys went out yesterday. And people like me who didn't go out, that's why we're still here to talk to you about what is happening in the nation. This is what we call the weekly bulletin, which is the end of the week. All through the week, from Monday to Friday, what we do is we take a look at the dailies, and over the weekend, we take an overview of what has happened, and then also can't ignore what has happened today. So that's what we're going to do. But it's going to be an hour show. We'll make it brief and go straight to the point. Today, I still have with me Abuja. Abuja is always there. Unfortunately, because of miscommunication, we're not going to have Benin today, but we have Benin, and hopefully we'll have Princess from Delta. But let's look at the two beautiful women. They are there, right there in Abuja. Let's look at their faces. Hey! Mary and Blessing, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Like you guys are kinking. You have it all sorted out. Young ladies, I hope we're safe. How is Abuja, by the way?
Abuja is fine. Today is Saturday, no much traffic.
Okay.
Abuja is cool.
I actually did face traffic on my way here because of the road construction.
In Apo, right?
Yes.
Well, the thing is, there's always traffic in Apo. I don't know. Is there any kind of in Apo road? Let's be sincere. That one is stable. There's stable traffic. So I'm not talking about Apo. I'm talking about Abuja being cool.
Okay.
Apo is always stopped with traffic. That's how it has been. Because of
Apo, in fact, I hate going to Apo then because I don't know whether the road is better now. They've not constructed the other side. Are they on it now that which is?
You're walking on the road.
I feel like this is a personal attack on my person. You hate going to Apo?
Yeah, so I'm scared of Apo because that you end up staying on the road. It's like we're in Lagos, Apo is another Lagos. I swear. But it's all good. All right. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend till now. I know most people went out yesterday. Some people didn't, but I know some of you went out. Mary was having a lot of great time. Listen, don't tell us everything. We don't want to hear all.
I was at work yesterday, so when did I go out now?
Yeah.
I was at work yesterday. I stayed till evening time before I left, so.
Are you sure? Anyway, it's okay to go out. We cannot put you guys here. You're not responsible for what is happening in the country. You're free to go out.
Exactly. I did go out yesterday. I would say I had a nice time. I am not responsible for what is happening in the country. So yes. I did go out.
Okay, nobody. There's good excuse to go out. Honestly, it's good to go out to have some fresh air. Come back here, and then let's deal with the trouble of the country. Right. Today, let's quickly do what we do best. Right. Let's take a look at the newspapers for today. Like as you guys know, we're going to look at today's newspaper briefly and in a hurry. We'll look at some of the things that has happened. But maybe before we review this one, let's recall what happened throughout the week. We have the story of the senator. Our Senate president saying that the protests were politically motivated. Yes. I don't know where Akwabi got that.
And they call people saboteurs for holding the food.
Exactly.
Myself, which
can you
food
imagine?
Or the food of the farmers trying to earn a living. Let me understand.
Exactly.
I go to the farm and come out and maybe share free food for people. How will they not survive?
And there's the vice president coming out to tell us as if he's the patriotic. You see, who is a thief really? Or who is really a saboteur? The person that is looting our money or a poor farmer who works so hard?
The person that is intending to share food for people and not trying to help them or empower them. So who is the saboteur here?
No. Let's put it another way. Maybe they will listen to this. Who is a saboteur? Is it you that is earning more than you deserve? Or a poor farmer who works so hard? To work so hard and is not trying to sell it outside the country. In fact, that is something I think the public, we just present, you people decide. And of course, we know what is happening in Edo State. In fact, the drama in Edo, I'm sure it's not over yet, but I think they must have having their own candidate now. APC, they're going to have some issues there. And I think PDP too, because PDP had the parallel election. The deputy governor has his own. He conducted his own so swift. They declared himself.
I feel like this Edo election is really unpredictable because you can actually say, okay, this is who I feel or I think will be the winner. Politics is politics. At the end of the day, when the final result will be announced, people might be surprised. It might actually be someone you least expected that might emerge the winner.
I think that's always the case.
Yeah. Except that particular state has a particular party like PDP. If Edo is, for example, a PDP state, it's possible that PDP will emerge the winner. Just like Enugu, it's difficult for another party to come and win governorship election in Enugu. It's always PDP ruling. It has been like that.
Really? So
No matter what.
we're gonna. I'm angry with a little bit of the southeastern state to see that Labour is not taking control there, because Peter was the best candidate the nation bought into his campaign. At least Igbo people should have played a little bit of parapaurism. You know.
But the thing is, Peter at first came out from PDP, right? PDP has been there. Labour just, to me, I feel like it's just like a new party being head newly, not really popular all this while. So it's not really easy for people to start defecting to that party.
To change, yeah, I understand.
Not that easy, because PDP has been there and APC has been there. If not for the misunderstanding and everything, I had to now come back to Labour Party and form that party. So that's just it.
Let's see. Tell us a little bit about Benue politics. Who is your governor now? What is going on? I learned you guys have a reverend father. Is that right?
Wow. Yes, he's from Benue State.
Yes, I am.
Cool. We have a lot to talk.
Benue politics is actually really cool right now. I did travel a few weeks ago, and at least the state is looking better than I left it.
Okay.
Yes, we have a reverend father now, so we don't even have the office of the first lady. People come in to sneak at the park and do some things.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that's cool. Yeah, that's another thing. So you don't have a first lady. We're gonna look for one first lady for the state there. What do you mean? That's an office. That's a gap. But at the end of the day, we expect that the Reverend Father will do better. You understand?
Yes, he is actually. He has started well. He has started well.
Wonderful.
Yes.
We pray we get so much. Anyway, let's get to the paper of today, because there's a lot at stake, and a lot needs to be done. So let's take a look at the newspaper today. Mary.
Okay, I think we're starting with the Punch. The big story says cost of living protests. TUC Fort NLC says action will bring anarchy. And that's what you can find on page 4 and 12 of the Punch newspaper. And here we have another headline that says Tinubu governors, others bid Akere Dolu farewell. My husband loved me. Wasn't a weakling. This is coming from the wife of Akere. And that's the reason
of the Ondo State governor.
Yes. That's the reason on page 3 of the Punch newspaper. And here we have another story at the top right. 50th anniversary. Punch is ready for tricky media amalgamated clash. That's the reason on page 32 of the Punch newspaper. And here we have another story that says explains why union won't join 2-day rally against hardship. Artisans, traders back protest, says hardship affecting business. And here we have another story that says Buhari not Tinubu responsible for rot in Nigeria, says Igboho. And that story, if you can find on page 2 of the Punch newspaper, we have another story that says how I decided not to jump into Lagos Lagoon. Kwara partially blind amputee. That's the reason on page 27 of the Punch newspaper. And here we have another story that says 2023 polls reflected wishes of Nigerians. INEC insists. Okay, and here we have a last story that says love turned sour. How jittered lovers take fatal risks, commit suicide. Okay, these are all the stories we have this morning on the Punch newspaper.
Well, no, I think, Mary, there's some funny thing going on here. And the NLC, yesterday we have a guy here who said they are working.
I think he wanted to back out from the protest, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't understand, but the guy was able to convince us yesterday that they are working together. They have anyway. I know ideologically they are saying the same thing, but maybe the approach might be different. But if they cannot come together and implement something together, what kind of ideology are they sharing? I'm really confused, because the country needs a third voice. All right, the opposition parties are not doing anything. Tinubu government is, in fact, you see what the brother was saying. Once on the board,
just heard from Igboho right now. that
Yes.
Buhari, you understand, is not
Yes.
responsible for the economic
Yeah, but
slowdown.
when Buhari left, the dollar was not, the pound was not this bad. And Buhari,
I know that when Buhari was on seat, things were difficult. But can you ever imagine that it will get to this level? Because this is too much.
exactly.
This is too much. Were there ever a time they held a protest during Buhari's regime?
Are you?
That foodstuffs, you understand, are too high. You understand? But at this point, everybody's affected. Even the people selling the food, you understand, are not telling you that they are gaining. They are also affected. So to me, to some extent, the economy is now suffering. You understand? We are suffering.
So
in the
on
country.
a lighter note, though, Mary, are you saying right now that you miss Buhari?
Okay,
Eh,
can we just compare when you compare the both of them, which is better? Because
Oh.
I think what I'm seeing right now,
For me,
what I'm seeing right now is worse than ever.
exactly.
Honestly.
Yes. That was on a lighter note.
But you know,
Missing
the internet
Buhari
schools
is
will come and tell you that, man, we miss
We
Buhari.
miss Buhari.
We miss our
We
father.
miss-
You get, well, you know, Nigeria, they always come and catch the fish
things
and all of
are
that.
really
But the
worse.
economy is suffering. Nigerians are suffering. I know that during Buhari's regime, a lot of things happened. You understand? But compared with what we are seeing right now, the dollar rate, was there a time, you understand, that we have up to like 1.718 per dollar?
It has never happened.
So what
That's
are we
never
saying?
happened.
This
Yeah.
is worse.
It's actually people are hungry. The prices of food has skyrocketed.
And
Like
I feel
it's
so
like a
bad.
times
I
3
feel so
or
bad
times
because
4 right
It
now.
is coming from someone they
Everything
said,
is bad.
okay, they said he's already rich, he has money, he doesn't need Nigerian money, right? So why is the economy suffering? Why is the economy going down?
Oh, the wife was the first to spend some whopping amount of money in the office of the first lady. Thank you in Benue State that you don't have a first lady, because the first lady we have in
Exactly.
this
I
country.
think that should be adopted all over the country.
Exactly. Our current first lady is not doing justice to the office of first lady. So we don't, maybe it's time to wipe
But
it
you
on
ask me,
Buhari first.
I thought we're suffering, not until now, and I know that we are even enjoying. Like then we were enjoying. It is now that we're not facing the heat.
Mary, you know, I know they're going to tell us Tinubu was brave to remove oil subsidies, which is okay.
Sure.
I was supporting him for making that wonderful announcement. But the question is, what did he do with the money? You see, let Nigeria get this in context. When before now, Nigeria were paying some whopping amount of money to subsidize our fuel. That's why we get fuel for a good rate. Now that money is being saved. So the federal government have that money in their wallet. What are they doing with it? Only all they've done is share it among the state governors. So the state governors are getting fatter. You know,
And the masses are suffering.
That's justice.
that's it. That's why the state governors are quiet. They don't want to say anything. They cannot criticize their boss because the money of the fuel subsidy, the money they take from the fuel is being shared with them. And they don't do anything anyway. The state governors are not doing it. I'm so angry with the state, honestly. I'm more angry with the state than with Tinubu right now. Because if the state, I always say to myself, if the federal government is a failure, must you fail? If the federal government doesn't do the right thing, must you not do the right thing? How much did you collect this month? You see, all they do, the state is they go, they collect, they spend, and they go the next month, they go, they collect, they spend. That's all. That's why.
But they know that people focus more on the federal government. So when
Yes.
they do this, they tend to go back and relax and allow the masses to start pouring on their anger and pressure on the federal government because you know that eyes are not on them. But then let's tell ourselves the truth. The state governors should also contribute to the states.
The local government, it boils down to even the local government chairman, the councillors. I think they are all in on it.
No,
think
Mary,
everyone
I agree with you, Blessing. But the truth is, the bulk of money that is meant for the local government doesn't get to them. You see, the problem we have in this country are the state governors. You see, the money going there, they pay through the state account. The state governor will say, "Hey, I put you there." You know, if your money is 350 million, they give you 50 million.
That's
And you go, and the 50 million is barely enough for you to even pay salaries. You understand? And maybe you have then 5 million for yourself. You are happy. You dare not challenge governor. So the governors, imagine in my state now, which have about 25 local government, if the governor takes 200 million alone times 25, that is money going to local government. That goes to his pocket first. Nobody asks that question. Nobody asks them. Their security vote alone, the governor's security vote in Delta State is 2 point something billion. What is this securing? They don't do one single thing. And I'm talking about the whole country. I'm using Delta State as a case study. So you can imagine the whopping amount. And you see, like another body which we brought to the limelight, 13% of the money the oil producing region makes goes to a body called the SOPADEC in Delta State. There are many among the oil producing states. The commission will not see they will not see even 10% of that money. So you can imagine why the governors are getting fat, why Wike was making so much mouth, why he became so relevant, why he was dancing with his broken legs. No, that man, they all need to.
Why is now as a minister of Abuja and still fighting the governor in Rivers State?
Exactly.
You see that they make a lot of money in the states, right?
He come here and he begin to dance and begin to make fun of us. I mean, who did they think they're joking with? Listen, I have no respect for you, man. People can praise you for your infrastructure. All I ever hear a governor do, the only thing I hear, look at Lagos State. If Nigeria break up today, Lagos will survive. Because Lagos is generating their own money. Though most of them are inherited properties, like the airport is inherited from us, the seaport is inherited. That was why I was a little bit angry yesterday when they were saying
that this will focus on Lagos State. If they have done that in other states, we don't have this problem.
No, the truth is, Mary, the truth, Lagos was our capital. It's not like if we leave Abuja now, Abuja will survive. Because Abuja has inherited the law. Lagos has a law they inherited. In those days, Victoria Island was Ikoyi was the headquarters of Nigeria. You understand? That was where the president was staying from. So it was a big place. A lot of money spent there. The seaport alone, how much the seaport generated a day? No state will suffer that. What stop? And yet they are telling us they want to set up a Southwest Commission to develop the Southwest region. May God save us. We have a lot of problems. Nigeria have a lot of problems, and that is what we see. Anyway, I think we should go through the newspaper quickly because a lot. If we stay here, we will not go away. All right. What do we have next?
Okay, we have the Guardian.
Okay.
It says hunger thrives in states amid 6.58 trillion FAAC allocation in 2023. That can be found on the Guardian page 2. It also says Arewa Group seeks reversal of subsidy removal. That's on page 3 of the Guardian. It also says NDLA applauds Tinubu's support for anti-drug war. That can be found on page 3. We also have ban on sachet alcohol. Between 800 billion naira business investments and the life of Nigerian children. Bolaji Sofuluwe says to sustain growth, we need to have more female champions at C-suite levels. And then we also have 2023 poll, how INEC survived CBN's currency swap attacks, and other challenges. That can be found on page 3. So that's all for the Guardian.
Well, Guardian always does it better for us. But let's look at this story. I like the center image of our governors there. I have the 36 governors. I can't wait to look at that picture carefully. It's quite interesting. Well done. It's artistic, Guardian. Well done. And I can see the governor of Niger State in the middle, fine young man. But unfortunately, these people are not doing justice. These are the people I've been talking about. These are the governors. These are some of the problems we have in the country. It's good to really have them, to know who they are. You understand? Now, let me talk about only 2 of them before we jump. You see, Niger State, I've been saying it too, and I'll continue to say it. The size of the land of Niger State and the fertility Niger is bigger than Holland. The land is more fertile. Yeah, it's more fertile. Yeah. And their land is more fertile than Holland. Yet, the Holland as a country generate 20 billion and more from agricultural export. Not what they produce, the one they sell. In a year, they make 20 billion. Yet there are people in your state, Mr. Niger, fine young man, they don't have food to eat. You're going to say the federal government is responsible for your problem. All the money you'll be receiving with the whole beautiful land in Niger State, you couldn't farm. You couldn't even go to Holland and say, come and help us grow at least teach us the technology how to farm well. Would that be so bad?
The attacks on even the farmers.
Yes. We
call it herdsmen attack. They kill them in their farms, even those who want to farm. That happens. It still happens in Niger.
So I feel like most times they are more focused on these states that have a lot of food. You know, these people, they actually don't want Nigerians to survive.
Yes, even in Benue.
But I wanted to ask you that why are those people so focused on Benue State?
Exactly,
Killings in Benue State. So I
Benue.
later realized that Benue State has a lot of farm products.
Yes.
You understand? Same with Niger State and just too. You know, just that's where you find the tomato, the Irish,
the carrots,
you understand?
and all of that.
So if you watch, there are sets of states where these people operate more. And it's because these are states that produce food more for the Nigerian people.
Yes.
You understand? So that's just it.
Mary, we be. I agree with you guys, and I'm a little bit worried. But you know, the battle between the farmers and the herdsmen, these are both victims. So you see, these two people are victims. The herdsmen are victims. Who is a herdsman? Are you really happy to stay in the bush and begin to live in the bush and live that kind of lifestyle they have? They are victims of the same rich people we have. They are victims of these governors. You understand? You see, if we have a society that takes care of the less privileged, I'm sure there will be less trouble between the farmers and the herdsmen. The truth is, look at the typical herdsman. Where are they? Where do you find them? In the bush. So, whereas this is a country where there's a lot happening, you see, the Buhari government was trying to create a place where herdsmen can actually feed their cattle. Do you understand? So if we had a place, what they are doing is important. Herdsmen are actually going to contribute to the economy if we help them create ranches where they can feed their own cow. And then the farmers have a place where they can grow their crops and feed us. These are two important people in the country. But because there is no organization, they're fighting one another.
Yes.
So, and for me, these two people are victims. I said it again and again. The victims are the poor people. The rich men are not suffering. The politicians are not suffering in the country. And when we say the Hausa, the Fulani, the Yoruba, I get so sad. The Muslim and the Christian, I'm always sad because there are only two people in Nigeria, the rich and the poor.
About talking about victims, right? And saying the herdsmen and the farmers are victims, I beg to differ a little. Okay. Because I think before now, herdsmen moved, they migrated, and they carried their cattle, and there were no problems. That was because these cattle did not go into the farms to eat what the farmer planted, right?
Yes.
I remember growing up, there were these sets of Fulani men that would even come by our house to drink water and would give them mangoes and food. It was that good.
Yes.
Oh, because these people, while they passed, they made sure that their cattle did not eat what the farmers planted.
Yes.
So now when you bring cattle and then you take them straight into a rice farm or a cassava farm to feed on what another person planted, a human being like you planted to feed on, then you're calling for trouble.
Yes, I agree.
So I think it's not a case of providing ranches or ranches like you said. I think it's a problem that just came about because for me, I would say that people place more importance on cattle than their fellow human beings. I would say
what I think is people change time. Yeah. You see those days you're talking about.
Yeah.
Those people that carry this cow along, they still have this innocence in their hearts. They can flow with people, you understand, without fear. But you know that as time goes, when they now had this invention of phones, they began to change. Now these same people, if you meet them in the bush, they will rob you and collect your phone.
Yes.
And they still have their car today. That's when they now started learning, where is your phone? Bring them out. Where is your phone? Bring them out. These same people started robbing people. You see that as time elapsed, they change with the invention of new things in the country. You understand? So whether you say they should create ranches for them, no. The thing is, they now have this selfishness in them. They want to do more. They're not just satisfied with their cattle.
Exactly.
You understand?
I want to also mention that a Fulani man that I used to know growing up was a very simple man. A man who lived a very simple lifestyle that had no...
A typical Muslim man. They were typical Muslim.
Yeah, they were like...
But they want to use what other people are using. You see a Fulani woman selling her normal nunu, but she's carried Android phone with her. You understand? Sometimes
No,
that's what they
no,
do with it.
that when you say that, you're just saying that they should people grow and they have to adapt, right?
But
They
that's
have
in
to
the right
grow
way.
with
You don't take from other
technology.
people. You
Yes,
don't take from other people.
I am just saying that for me, I just feel like they just move from their original plan of moving
Yes.
about and settling. They settled in communities, like
In the bush.
in the bush.
But
They
now,
settled,
but
but
now, no
now
longer in the bush. They're not out.
they want to eat crops. They
Sure.
want, and then if you complain, they kill you. And
Because you know they don't work alone. You see this.
But Mary, can I ask you one question? Do you really believe that the full animal will come to a community without the knowledge of the kings or the traditional rulers?
These things are underground. Sure, I think the king
that's
has
a
the
yes
knowledge of
and
them.
a no for me.
Okay.
But I feel like most times the king of a particular community knows about this.
It's for
The
me,
cow we are eating, young women, the cow we are eating, where do they
Yes.
slaughter them? There's hardly any community where we don't slaughter cow, right?
yeah.
And so this cow is coming from the Fulani men we're talking about. I hate to give them a particular name because I think it's wrong. But let us just follow the description. They come from these people. How do they work? In fact, these guys, they came in, they work closely with our kings, and they have a place. Yes, they must have stepped their boundary for political reasons. You see, today, I think in the country, my worry is I'm going to be forced to hate a Fulani man because he's a Muslim. He's not one of me. Whereas the Fulani man is suffering what I'm suffering.
That's true.
Where he's coming from, he's hungry.
Yes, that's
There's
true.
no food for them. And the same thing, and the Fulani man has been taught that we are infidel. That we don't want anything. They can kill us and do anything. By who? By the so-called political leaders. So the trouble between the Fulani man and the farmers is politically motivated. On a good day, a Fulani man and the local people, wherever they find themselves, they will live together.
But the thing is, I don't know how they manage to know that we are scared of them. You know they know that we are scared of them. Sometimes when you enter the public vehicle and you happen to see a Fulani man, you understand? If they talk to you anyhow, maybe just we as Christians. I noticed that there was a time I entered a public vehicle. I think a Fulani man did something wrong, and the guy wanted to confront him. He started bringing out his machete, and the guy was like trying to calm his friend down. Don't stop, don't talk. You understand? He was ready for a fight. So they know that you are scared of them because they don't walk alone. They walk with weapon.
No,
You understand?
I am not.
They will match you there and they will go, and nothing will happen.
I'm not.
That's just the truth.
I don't know, but I am not scared of. Unlike
You can't say you're not scared of.
I am not scared of.
Because let me tell you, you don't have any extra power with you. You understand? The time when
Mary, my question again is: can the Fulani men that comes to my village, can they really kill all of us? We are more than them. How many merchants do they have? And we are not afraid to deal with them. If I don't like to call them Fulani men because that's wrong. Because these are, you know what is interesting them?
But these people have a lot of charm, and you know that.
Charm,
sure.
and we cannot have charm. We cannot have charm. You know the truth. When we talk about greed, when we talk about
greed, and the charm, though.
Do you know, Mary, that I have more problems with our pastors than even these Fulani men, Muslims? The pastors, they take our money, they deceive you. On Sunday, you go to church, you clap, they take your money, they sleep with our wives, and then they tell us we are the same thing. The Fulani man is my problem. You are my problem.
For the second time on this show, I feel attacked. Because I go to church on Sunday and I clap. Why am I being attacked?
But I'm just talking about the amount of offering they make us to give. How can I go to church on Sunday and I do more than 6 offerings? For what?
No, on that part, let's be sincere. Nobody's forcing you to give more than once. So.
Yes, you see, Mary, when you are.
Once I give the normal first offering, any other thing they say, nobody tells you to stand up. They just give an announcement, okay, that this is what they want the money for, maybe for building of the church or for feeding the poor. You understand? Or do one project like that. If you have, you stand up. If you don't have, you leave it. But at least they make an announcement of what they want to use the money for. So that make it look like maybe when you go to church, they force you to pay more than once.
Maybe. May God help us, because this thing, I'm happy that God is looking at us. In fact, which excuse? And okay, maybe you guys can still explain to me that I go to a church, I contribute money to the same church. My children cannot go to the school built by the same church because I don't have enough money.
No, I support you on that one. I've talked about this on my own. I asked myself, why is it that church schools are more expensive and the schools are built by the church members?
So you see,
But
what
when
I'm
you
trying
want
to
to do
say,
a school project, a lot of times.
you know why I brought this issue in? So that we know who our problem is. Our
They are
problem
more
is not
expensive.
Muslim and Christians. It's
If
not
you build a
Fulani
church
and Igbo.
school, only the rich people in the church can attend that school. But you
Yes.
understand, at the end of the day, it's both the poor and the rich that contributed money to it. Now, if you check very well in our country here in Nigeria, church schools are more expensive.
Yes, they
They
are.
cannot be attended by the church members. A lot of church members, you understand, let me put it this way, they are illiterate, they can't afford to go to school. Not like their church, you understand, don't have school. So why can't they, to some extent, make it in a way that these people, you understand, can be able to afford it or attend that
I
school?
think
You build a church school, but you can't attend that church school as a poor person. It's only meant for the rich people.
yeah. I think
Yes.
This is wrong.
There's
the
God, oh. All I can say is there's God, oh. Peter Jonathan said there's God, oh. So
there
if
is
I
God
go
though.
Even the
I'll go to
university,
the church, I'll
even the
contribute to
primary
the church.
schools, they are always expensive.
Mary, I
always expensive.
attended, look at my age. I attended a Roman Catholic school, primary school, it was free. I attended a Baptist high school, which was the secondary school in my village, it was free. When the missionary came, they came to steal from us, but they gave us schools.
Yes.
And it was free. Today, the one built by our brothers, we cannot attend the same school. And you're telling me my problem is the Fulani man.
I agree.
It's like when we say now, we don't talk to our governor. We say the problem is Tinubu. No, let's talk about the ones we have at home. Let us correct the ones. Let us tell the pastors, no. I know they are angry now that I'm saying this. They won't be dead, you understand? But the truth is,
But church schools are too expensive.
No,
Honestly.
really, they are
Church schools-
expensive.
let's tell ourselves
I
the truth.
attended a Catholic secondary school, and the school fees was fair. I will not lie.
good.
It was fair. I paid about. It was a boarding school. I think I even started from 9,000 naira, which was fair. A meal was 30 naira when I started. When I graduated, it was 15 naira. That's we're paying like 150 a day for things, which was fair. But I don't think you can find any school like that again. Even that school is still fair. I would say
You know, the
it's still
thing
fair.
is, I feel like most time when I look at the Catholic, I see them as government because they deal with large crowd.
It's subsidized.
Do you
really.
understand? Although their universities are very expensive.
Catholic.
Compared, yes. If
Okay.
you talk about their secondary school, they make it better because they feel like even the poor church members should be able to afford it. Not like their university, because you see like both the McDonald's, the Caritas, they're
Yes.
expensive, we all know. But when we talk about these other churches, even the primary school,
I don't even want to
even
go
the
there.
primary
It's for the
school,
rich.
you cannot attend it. But when they want to do this church project, this school project from the foundation, all the church members tend to contribute,
Yes.
whether poor or rich.
I think
So why when
that's
you
the
when you
challenge.
people are done with this project, you just hide the school fees once, and these people cannot afford to attend.
You know,
You have a lot of illiterates as church members that cannot afford to go to school.
yes.
You understand? So it's
See, make I speak pitching. You see, our problem for this country long.
Long.
In
But
long.
the truth
every
is
sector has issues.
sometimes we don't identify many.
Let's
But
focus more on the federal government. But
Yes.
every sector in this country has issues. Let's look into it.
exactly, and that's why this picture Guardian gave to us today.
And we have to understand that most times, you see all these things that are high now, all these prices of things that are high. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Even when the federal government now comes down and say, okay, let's normalize this price. Do you know that these traders, they'll find it difficult to reduce the price? They'll still place it on the high side. That's just most times in Nigeria, there's a saying that anything we don't go high, they come down. Most things are high now. My problem is not the fact that things are going high. My problem is, will it ever come down? Even as regards transportation.
I don't even
Once
want to
this
talk
fuel
about
price
that.
comes down, I'm very sure that we'll still be paying the same thing because it has been like that. They feel like since you can afford it, you understand? It's a normal.
Yes, yeah.
People say you get used to it. This food stuff might actually not go down again. The fuel price might actually not come down again.
Maybe
That's in Nigeria. People take advantage of every situation that happens in the country. But at the end of the day, we tend to blame the federal government, forgetting that we also have our own fault as a people. Because we want
Okay.
to do
I'm
everything.
happy. Mary, I'm happy you said two good things today. So we have one problem. The government is one. Number two, we are a problem. But you know the challenge the thing I really want us to take. Guardian has unintentionally disgraced so many people today. He has let us see the governors. Look at them. All of them in one go.
Yeah.
Do you remember we shouting them? Nobody talks about these people. Only Tinubu. But Tinubu shared 30 billion naira to these guys to help us in this time of difficulties, though they are denying it.
How many say they did not say anything? So we don't even know what to do.
But at the end of the day, nobody's asking them questions. All we're going to ask is Tinubu did not do this, Tinubu did not do that. You understand? And these are the areas we're talking about. And when these people want to talk to us, they're going to tell us, oh, the other state, that Edo state, no, people from the north, they are like this. You know, people from this, they're Muslims now, they hate us. And they're telling the Muslims, the Christians hate them. The truth is, these are not our problem. The typical Hausa man or the typical Yoruba man, the Igbo man, they stray together. They become family in the market. Go and see market women.
Yes.
They stayed in the barracks and they live as family. If you live at the typical barracks where you have military men in those days, go and see how they live together. They even intermarry. So you cannot tell me that my problem is the Hausa man or the Fulani man or this. My problem is the rich man or the governor who is not solving our immediate problem. And they are clever. We don't have time to ask them questions because they always give us enough problem to solve. Now I'm thinking of food. I'm going to ask my governor a question. No. So if the Fulani man that is in my bush that I want to go and fight, that Fulani man is a victim. Tell him why his governor of his state did not provide for him. The same way the governor of my state is not providing for me. And now they leave us alone to fight, to kill one another. So we forget about them. Our problem are the governors. Our problem are the government. Our problem, you see, there are only two languages we speak in Nigeria. The rich man language, you don't understand it, babe. None of you understand how the rich people talk. Because they understand their language. Only we now, talking as poor people, we understand our language. We have one common problem. We are hungry. The Fulani man is hungry. That man you see in the bush that is fighting you is hungry. There are some people who are not aware of this reality. They live in their big cars, motor drive them around. They have a lot of security. They live in air condition. Those people don't know what you're talking about. They speak another language. So let us know that our problem is really not. It's not true that we don't cause it. Some of them, but our problem are actually these big boys. Let's see them again. These big boys. These ones here. If we introduce some hygiene into this system, if we clean it, you'll see good things coming. The security vote of these guys in a month, the security vote that goes to these people in 1 month. Imagine 1 billion times this 36 states, that's 36 billion. Wait, Nigeria. And yet you don't see anything from them. We're going to say that our problem are S-men. We got poor S-man that is suffering like me and you. Anyway, let's go through more newspaper before we take a look at what the senators are saying today. Because you guys will go on.
Well, before we move, I would like to again just thank the Guardian how they put all their pictures to form the map.
Different.
To form the map to show that for Nigeria to work, the governors need to work.
That's it. Thank you, my daughter. That's it.
They need to work.
Very creative. Very creative. That's why I like Guardian. This is so creative. They are indirectly indicting them. There's hunger in the land. What are these guys doing? And that's the question every Nigerian should ask himself.
We are focusing on the federal government. They are also focusing on the federal government without doing anything. When they also get revenues from the states, all the money they make from the states, what do they do with it?
Thank you. Do they even make revenue? If they were making revenue and they even eating it tonight, maybe they don't work. They wait for the money that will come from the federal government. I have not seen any state that is productive. I would say federal government is not productive. Does it mean the state cannot be productive? Can't a state, you now hear people are exporting food. Why can't the northern state be farming? If their land can farm, why are the state governors not farming? Will it be so bad? Sometimes we have youth corpers who don't have where to serve. They go and serve in dead primary schools. Whether these corpers would have even worked in the farm, gained a lot of experience. What stopped the local government of the state from farming, and even youth our corpers who have nothing to do? Every year we turn out millions of people from the universities waiting. So let us understand that what Guardian did for us today is a wake-up call for Nigeria. We should ask the government our question. Please ask your governor, what is he doing about these challenges? Federal government say they give the 30 billion. Don't be me talking. Since they talk, I shared the video with you guys. Do you have 30 billion? Not the money they were getting, no. Ask the state governor, what is he doing with the security vote? Who is they secure? Now you're telling me here that herdsmen, they can't kill all of us. The question is the money they gave to that governor of that state. What did he do? Who did he use to secure? Do you know how much 30 only 20 million naira can do to secure people in a state? Meaning you can employ a lot of people and pay them to be in the bush and protect farmers. All right, with only 20 million. How much is the security vote of your governor? These hoodlums we see here, they call themselves governor. These are hoodlums. In fact, this guy, Professor Lumbo, said, are you honorable or horrible? Are you honorable or you are horrible? These people, they have so much money, and yet their people are dying. And you're telling me that the problem is the herdsmen or this? No, the herdsmen, you see, only people, nobody wants to obey the law. If the security vote that goes to governors are used to set up some kind of vigilante to even protect our farmers, there will be sanity in our farm. How can a herdsman that come from the north come and kill you? Ask your governor. What is he doing with the money they give to him as security vote? That's a topic for another day, my daughter. Let's go to the next newspaper.
Okay, that will be the Nigerian Tribune. And the big story says, cleric tells Tinubu at Akeredolu's burial, you said it's your turn. Now save Nigerians from hunger. You can find that story on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune. I'll have a story at the top left. Murder of DPO. We have recovered court leader's corpse. This is coming from Rivers Police. And that story is on page 7 of the Nigerian Tribune. We have a story at the top right. How to pastor herbalist connived to kill lady. Used her body parts for money ritual. That story you can find on page 27 of the Nigerian Tribune. And we have another story that says varsity teachers lament hardship, threaten strike. That story is on page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune. We have a story that says 2023 polls reflected Nigerians' wishes. This is coming from INEC. And you can find the story on page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune. We have a story at
jokers, you know.
We have a story at the down left. Okpebolo. This one is Edo people. Wins Edo APC Guba ticket. That story is on page 7 of the Nigerian Tribune. And we have a story at the down middle. Students clash with NDLEA. Police in Kwara. That story is on page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune. And we have the last story here that says analyst speaks on policy coordination as economy slips. You can find that story on page 19 of the Nigerian Tribune. These are all the stories we have this morning on the Nigerian Tribune.
Again, the headline is quite interesting. The cleric are telling Tinubu, and this man better say, you said it's your turn, now save us. Yes. But the question again, I know say una go vex for me, but I'll still talk. The question is, what are the cleric doing? You call yourself a cleric. Do you know that within your church alone, if you form a cooperative, you can lead people from poverty? The money you collect and you keep for yourself, Mr. Cleric. If you say, government not deserve, let us work together. Every Sunday, you drop 20,000, 20 naira, 50 naira, and you give that money to some people to go and farm. They pay interest, so, and the other people that want to go and trade, you give them money. You know how many people will move out of poverty?
Why I agree with you. See, people they're hungry. As it be now, as it is in this country now, if you give any widow 20,000 now, they'll go and use it and buy amala and soup.
And funny
They will not do
funny
anything.
enough, that 20k won't even be enough for foodstuffs.
No.
I know what I'm saying. Things are so expensive.
That's an example, I agree.
Sure.
But I think some of them are trying. Again, it now boils down to we as human beings, how sincere are we? Now, if you want to share money, believe me, it's people who don't need it that will come forward.
The thing is, most times I feel like I think it was yesterday I was telling the CEO that I thought there was no money in the country. Maybe a day before yesterday, I thought there was no money in the country. But now, because the economy is down, these people are coming out and say they want to share food, they want to share money. You understand? So at the end of the day, you want to turn Nigerians as beggars, so that you come back another 4 years for them to still be begging
And give
you.
us 4
You give
cups
them
of
the
rice
tips you want to give to them,
to
and they'll blindly vote whosoever they want to vote, and leaving us to suffer. So why don't you call the people you are reading as beggars instead of empowering them for them to become better people? You understand?
Blessing was saying that they should share money in the church. I didn't say share money.
I don't buy that idea of money. They should not share money. What they were saying,
give people loan. You know what I say? Loan. Nigerians can do well. A market woman can feed his family or her family. You understand? They do very well. If they have some small loan, soft loan, not a lot of capital, no, but they will still pay back with interest. Our forefathers did it. In fact, let me tell you, I grew up with my grandfather, and in our home, every weekend, the Saturday like this, all the village women will come and drop their 2 naira, 1 naira they sell from their cassava. That money will be given to some people as loan. And at the end of the year, these people will come and pack their money with interest. My village, my father, grandfather, who didn't go to school, were able to do that. But yet a pastor who is collecting money every Sunday cannot give loan to his people. He collects all and is richer than everybody. And you are telling me it's my friend. My problem is the Fulani man. My problem is the Hausa man. But it will take you time to convince me. Anyway, let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we're going to take a look because I can see some 1 or 2 technical issues. So we're going to go on a quick break. When we come back, we're going to continue with this show. Don't forget, this is a 1-hour show. We have 13 minutes to the end of the show. So let's make it quick. We'll come back quickly. Don't go away.
Are you tired of endless search for the perfect property? Look no further. Let SRTV Real Estate be your trusted partner in the journey to finding your dream home.
We can offer you a dream home in a serene environment and beautiful ambience, surrounded with mother nature. That's definitely what you crave for. Well, you asked for it, and here we have it. Why not live the best of your dreams by making do with time, space, and value? The smartest form of real estate investment is that which is done at the initial public offer.
Join the long list of satisfied clients who have chosen SRTV Real Estate for all their property needs. We pride ourselves in turning your dreams into homes.
Act today. Secure your slice of a palace, even on a flexible payment plan, and embark on a journey towards a brighter tomorrow. Your dream is valid, living in a place of fabulous wealth and great opportunities. Don't compromise the standards of living. Explore the world of vast opportunities by investing in SRTV Real Estate today. Superb location, habitable, accessible, attractive, and a secret to every smart investor. For your real estate, SRTV is trusted and reliable.
Contact us today with the number on the screen or
email us at realestate@superiorradioandtelevision.com. SRTV Logistics is here. Are you into a restaurant business? We are here to help you move your goods from one place to another. If you're moving your goods out of the country or within the country, you can come to us.
Trust us to handle your deliveries with the utmost care and professionalism, ensuring your items reach their destination safely and on time. Don't settle for anything less.
We're part of the global supply chain of helping goods to move from one point of origin to the point of consumption according to the needs of customers. You can contact us with the numbers on the screen or email us at logistic@superiorradioandtelevision.com.
Yes, welcome back, people. We are here. It's the weekly bulletin, and I am joined by my people in Abuja. Abuja is right here with me. I don't know, this stuff is not moving. I want to connect with Abuja immediately, but I don't know what is going on. Let me see. Well, we were on the newspaper review, and we decided to go straight to what we do best, which is the Abuja way of doing things. We connect with Abuja. I'm trying to get Abuja back, and that's why you see me trying to click on the system. It's not going. And I'm sure you guys can hear me from there. Are you? Oh, okay. Abuja is off. No wonder. That is why I was trying to see. I was thinking, where are they? I saw them and I came, and then they're gone. We expect them. We expect Abuja back. Anyway, it's a weekly bulletin, and we are on it. We're doing what we do best, and. As usual, we're taking a look at some of the newspaper headlines. We have a lot in stock, and the show is really, time is not on our side. I pray that we're able to do what we plan to do today, because time is really not on our side. What is important is I'm going to share some few videos with you, and the most important video of the day is what I actually will share with you. And I think a time will come when we'll have to do that. Let me add this to stage. Mary, you're welcome.
Welcome back.
Bless you. Yes, unfortunately, your camera is still the same way. We'll just deal with that today, and we'll try and sort that at the end of the show. Good thing is we can hear you, and you guys are beautiful. It's just that you are not going to be able to sham the men with all with it. Now that it's blurry, maybe God is doing something. They don't want all the men to die because of two of you today. Anyway, it's all good. Well, let's take a look at one more newspaper and take some of the headlines of some of the video which I have on the headlines for you people. But let's take a look at one more newspaper. Which one are we going for, and who is taking it?
The Saturday Times.
Okay.
It says INEC finally admits failure of IREF portal during 2023 presidential polls. They also say how Nigeria, yes,
good. All right.
How Nigeria can achieve $100 billion creative culture exports by 2030. That's coming from Tunde Ayinla. CBN slashes import duty by 7.3%. That can be found on page 16. He also says Edo Guba, Akpata Okpebolo win primaries in LP APC. He also said NAFDAC raises alarm on sale of falsified paracetamol.
Hi.
Why I almost committed suicide. That's coming from Cynthia Morgan, and the story is on page 5. Shetima to flag off Light Up Southeast initiative, February 26th. You can find that story on page 4. Probe FG's 3.4 billion naira, $4 billion COVID-19 loan, CSO starts National Assembly.
In fact, this is very important. You see, we need to probe this. We need to probe how they spend that money, because a senator here, and I'm going to share that video with you once you finish this, we really need to hold on to that headline. These people borrowed money during the COVID-19, and they spend the money with no accountability. Thank you, Sunday Times. They really bring us to what I want to share with you guys today. Very good. Go on. Let's just see the whole headlines, and I'll bring you guys back to this.
Okay, 400,000 policemen, not enough to secure Nigeria. That's coming from the speaker, and it's on page 14. And lastly, we have myths good and bad about masturbation. That's on page 19. I think that's all from the Saturday Times.
So what is good and bad about masturbation? We're going to talk about that another day. But the good thing is, what's wrong with this beautiful woman?
That's because of this country and the
Please, we have too many problems in this country to think about masturbation.
I don't understand that. So
it's when you are feeling well, that when you are happy, that you start thinking about pleasure. I'm telling you.
In fact, but anyway, in these days that men are afraid to get married and women are alone, what do you think? Because if you don't have money, how are you going to marry? How are you going to feed the wife and the children? So, guys, everybody's being careful. So, at the end, maybe masturbation is going to reign well, it's going to reign supreme. But and then, what is good and bad about it? The doctors will tell us that another day. But what is wrong with this beautiful woman trying to kill herself? Don't you think we're all going through the same thing? Not be the same problem.
One thing with these artists is they feel like when they are no longer in trend, when they are no longer trending, they're no longer in limelight, this thing frustrates them, gets them depressed. Because at the time Cynthia Morgan was away, nobody was hearing about her. You understand? Even the record label and everything, she wasn't doing well as regards music. So I feel like when she was no longer in limelight, it was getting to her. So she came up with this. These are although I don't know, she might actually be depressed, but these are one of their strategies. They come out to tell you how they want to kill themselves, how they are down, and they began to trend. Right now, she's talking about depression. Now she's beginning to trend again.
She's on the front page of every newspaper. Maybe that's a good strategy, maybe. You're right.
Newspaper she can trend. Is either they fake their death, you understand, or tell you they're depressed, something like that. Because right now she's no longer in limelight. She's trying to come back again.
No, but yes, why I agree. But you know, people are going through a lot. As regards music, she was failing, so it's possible she can be depressed because she wasn't doing well again as regards music. You hear about Cynthia Morgan? When last did she release any single? She doesn't have any single. I agree with that. But I think this is just how I agree that it's what they do, like they come out to say something just to trend and all of that. That's why I agree. I would also like to say that maybe this is like she coming back again, just maybe telling her story for other people to listen and then learn from. I think this is like
if she has a story to tell, she should go to Nollywood. They will make a movie. In fact, they should stop disturbing us. You know,
she came out to tackle Engineer Jude, which was the senior brother to P-Square. You know, he's a producer. Senior brother to P-Square and said they collected her money, this and that one, didn't do anything.
Yes,
after attacking them, she came out to attack a lot of people, and I understand she still wants to train. But if it's about being depressed, I'm not doubting. Once you're not doing well, you understand, in the entertainment world, you see other people raining, it can depress you. So that's just it.
So why the violence?
I don't know.
Why the violence on Cynthia Morgan?
I don't know. No violence on her. I think she just like Mary is the one that helped us say, baby, you want to trend. Please trend. If you have a story to tell, go to Nollywood. We'll make a movie. Anyway, let her go and play herself in the movie. There's one mistake they're making.
Okay.
With Cynthia Morgan, if she go now and release a movie about herself, this whole story she's telling on Guardian, on all this newspaper, that would have done well. She makes a lot of money. Go and use your face. If you are going down, think of a way to wake up. Don't go to newspaper and say you're depressed so that we waste our time. People are hungry. You have time to be depressed or kill yourself. Were you hungry? Anyway, people were talking of hunger now. Let us look at this important story. INEC finally admitting failure of Irene Potter. I thought they said it was not lawful.
But they admitted it the wrong time because Nigerians are angry.
When we are in soup boiling, so what do they want us to do exactly at this point?
Honestly, I'm not understanding.
See, anyway, Mary, because we are really short of time, I want to quickly probe on the probe. It's very important that there's a probe federal government on the 3.4 billion COVID-19 loan. The CSO tasked National Assembly. I want to quickly share this video with the audience and with you guys. I want you to be patient and watch it. It's not long. My videos are always 1 minute. Let's see.
For people to simply be outright stealing the money, as we have seen now, from the money that they have borrowed, even the Auditor General had said that many of those monies cannot be accounted for. I'll give you an example. Nigeria borrowed $3.4 billion to help Nigerians against the COVID. Today, officially, Nigerian government, speaking to Nigerian government, said that those money cannot be accounted for. These are borrowed money. And the worst part of it is that Nigeria is borrowing a lot of money from commercial banks. So this laziness, this ruthless approach to collecting pre-money, easy money, not free money, because it's not free money. You have to pay. Nigerians must pay through their sweat. And some few individuals are collecting this money without cost to putting any developmental project. So if government is telling you that the money government collected is not accounted for, is stolen, so you can see that there's a problem. 3.4 billion was meant to help Nigerians who were suffering from COVID. But what wicked, unpatriotic officials have done was to siphon that money. And this is contained in the Auditor General. Auditor General report is not NGO report. It is government report. So government indicting government.
You see, the question is, who are the saboteurs? Setima was able to say, we're going to clamp down on those people who are selling Nigerian food outside the country. Food grown by poor farmers. It's not you that grow them. But now you have people that siphon 3.4 billion. I'm sure the farmers are not selling food that is up to 3.4 billion.
At all. Not possible.
The one you borrowed, your own brother, your own friends borrowed in government. You are not even interested in that. You are fighting poor farmers. And this is the thing we're talking about. They're making a mockery of us. You understand? And let me share this other guy. He continued with the next video here. Let's listen to him.
Portfolio stood at 87.9 trillion, equivalent of 114.3 billion US dollars, and will climb to 109.38 trillion in 2024. Following the recent approvals by the National Assembly, this definitely continued to worry us. You recall we've been here severally to draw the attention of the legislators that this kind of all the times that executive will send directive, because what I see is like directing the National Assembly to do that, not even asking them for their approval, because if it is asking them to critique or to look at it in the international interest, the National Assembly members will have known the repercussion, the consequences of continuously borrowing without even respect or without compliance with the fiscal responsibility law that clearly states what loans should be collected for. We cannot be borrowing money just for people to be doing party. We cannot be borrowing money for people to be traveling without any commensurable, benefit to the nation. We cannot be borrowing money for people to simply be stealing, outright stealing the money.
So you see, may God help us. So this is a country. It is not hidden. Is government actually saying we don't know where that money is? Money you borrowed that we are not going to pay back. In fact, and like I said, tomorrow you're going to say it's the herdsman and the farmer. No, we have a problem. The problem is these people who are stealing with impunity. They are free. This guy said they steal to go and do party. No, they steal to marry new wives.
Honestly, I really don't know. This is so annoying. As annoying as it is.
Still to marry new wives.
He's just saying it now.
I know, I get it. I'm just.
Is that not annoying? It's our money.
Still to save for their 10th generation.
That's it. No, but the 10th generation will not see the money. You know the funniest thing, the money of our time is not going to be the money of your time. I want you guys to remember this.
Sure.
Yes.
I remember when we were growing up, the rich men in my village, they are not the rich men today.
Yes.
You cannot transfer wealth from one generation to the other. It doesn't add up. The highest they can keep it, they will spend it, they will squander it. I always say my father had a lot of vehicles. The one they gave to one of my elder brother, he sold it and used it to buy bicycle. You understand? That is an example of wealth you transfer from. They don't know how you got it. They don't bloody care. If you want to invest in your children, you invest in the knowledge, and not just knowledge to go to school, in being prudent, in being a kind person. That's the best thing. Discipline is what you can invite in children. Not how much you give to them, because it's not going to help them. And in this new world, it's a shame that Nigerians, these so-called people we are talking about, I say, in fact, the pictures of the governor is always very in my head. I can't wait to look at them. Because we're going to look at the ministers. Anyway, before we do that, let's look at one ministry I think people will like. Because I want us to end the show with the governors. But let's look at the ministry. Apparently, I was a big fan of this guy, and I remain a fan of him, the Minister for Works. The reason being why he was a governor in Ebonyi State, though he started to misbehave at the end, no. He was really hardworking. He was able to transform his state to some extent. That's Ebonyi is the least when it comes to money they get from the federal government. But they did so well. And now he's been made a minister. He wanted to be president. And I think he's doing well. But let's listen to him. Do you guys love this guy? Who is he? I'm talking of the former governor of Ebonyi State, now a minister for work. I don't want to call his name. Listen to him.
States, if you want to do 100 kilometers of road in each state, by January, 100 kilometers for 2 years, you'll be looking about 4.4 trillion.
Okay. Is that all?
And the definition of tax credit is front loading of our tax. And I give you example, because sometimes, not this honorable Senate, but outside, they darken council without knowledge. Look at what we have done, achieved in Apapa Oshodi. Vehicles used to stay on that road for 7 days, clear 7 days, and there will be no movement. But through this tax credit, private tax credit of Dangote, then we've been able to achieve that. And with the use of concrete technology, there is no crack on that road. And for 50 years, there will be no problems on that road. Now that the Senate, National Assembly, must have to look into the appropriation of road infrastructure. We have to think about, do we go by the regions? Do we go by the states? If you want to do 100 kilometers of road in each state, by January, 100 kilometers for 2 years, you'll be looking about 4.4 trillion.
You hear that?
Yeah.
See, this guy, they still talking about this tax credit. You guys will not understand what tax credit really means. It means that the government will subsidize. There's a way they put in some money there. You understand, for whatever rubbish they're doing, and the sector that needed it most are not. For me, I don't think driving on the road should be free. The way we used to have toll gate, I don't mind. If we have to introduce toll gate, the money be put to good use for the repairs of road, for the expansion of our road, so be it. There's a way government can technically take money from us to fix our roads. Back in the days, there was toll gate everywhere, and we were paying, we were not crying. So if they want to bring that back, and if the money were put to good use, we will be smiling.
It is not to collect the money. We don't use it
not to collect money from the national treasury. Look at, like I cried again and again. The film industry is making a lot of money by exporting our act outside the country to bring money in. What tax credit do you have there, Mr. Minister of Works? Do you know what is called tax credit? They just open their mouth and talk. He said we in the public, we don't know what is tax credit. Hello, I'm saying to him, I know what is tax credit. Tax credit are introduced to important sector that will bring in money into the economy, not the one you spend and eat. Or you borrow. This is what you see what the government is doing. They borrow. You see what we hear now. The guy said they borrow, and this guy will spend and spend. The money is now put as tax credit. The money will not come back. But if you put tax credit into film, the money they will sell out, and the income that will come into the country will cover that money. But we don't look at the viable sector. Repairing of roads, we use the road. Make us to pay some tax that will help us to repair our roads. I don't know why the federal government would be taking our little hard-earned money to give to this man to construct road. And if you want to do it, then let there be a way that the road begin to make money back for the country. In the UK here, let me tell you one thing. The Metropolitan Police, they are registered with the government too. They pay tax. Our police here, they pay tax to the government, because everybody here, you must make sure you make money. That's why when they see you drive a particular offense, they will write ticket for you. You pay. They don't even want to put you in prison. Pay the fine. You understand? Because that one the government want to make money. But our Nigerian government want to spend money. And it's justifying spending of money without making money. That's the thing I ask the governors. Young ladies, let us go back to this Guardian. Oh, God will bless Guardian for what they've done for me today. You see, Guardian is asking a very good question.
I want us to look at this on Saturday's Telegraph.
Okay. Let's do that then. Let's go back to.
I think it has a different headline entirely. The big headline says, "Forest crisis: What federal government must do to stem Naira's free fall." It's coming from Falale. And the writer says, "Called for reduced capital expenditure, 6 increased bank liquidity ratio, wants governors to borrow from lending institutions." Okay, wants government to borrow from lending institutions to stabilize currency, urges borrowing from domiciliary accounts of Nigeria. And all the stories, you can find them on page 2 of the Saturday Telegraph. And we have a story that says, "Spray diversity of 2023 pulls unprecedented, coming from the INEC. I think we've seen that story before. CBN plans to raise BDC shares capital to 2 billion naira. That story is on page 2 and 4 of the Saturday Telegraph. Proposes tiers 1 and 2 tier 2 BDC's license. Naira strengthens to 1,770 naira per dollar on parallel markets. And we have another story that says CGN to swear in 11 new Supreme Court justice on Monday. You can find that story on page 5 of the Saturday Telegraph. Shetima, we must secure border communities to fight insecurity. And you can find to fight insecurity, to flag up, light up Southeast initiative on Monday. You can find that story on page 2 and 4 of the Saturday Telegraph. And we have another story that says Akeredolu, Nigerian lost fearless soldier, unwavering advocates. This is coming from Tinubu. Governors order bid ex-Ondo governor farewell. I am alone to face mockery. That is coming from the wife. You can find that story on page 7 of the Saturday Telegraph. I think these are all the stories we have on the side. Okay, there's a rider here that says election recorded 27% voters turnout. Describe how electoral body survives CBN currency swap. Blames configuration problem for failure to upload presidential election results. Other stories, you can find them on page 3 of the Saturday Telegraph. These are all the stories we have this morning on the Saturday Telegraph.
You see, this person, let's look at the top headline here. What federal government must do to stem Naira free fall. Falai, you are not an economist, all right? You know, if not, yes, he's not an economist, you understand? He's not. If he is, because we will be thinking differently. The problem is Nigerian government can do something fantastic. Let them first start by saying, from today, we will not use not everybody. If I am in government, I will not use foreign cars. That will cut down the amount of money of foreign exchange we will be using to buy cars into the country. From today, if I am in government, I will not send my child abroad to study. The amount of money Nigerian government spend for school fees outside the country is annoying. If I'm in government, I will not take medical treatment outside the country. See, these are measures that will bring hospital back to Nigeria, because instead of me to go to treatment in Nigeria now, I'll take it in London. But if the good hospitals are in Nigeria, because if they cannot travel, they will think of creating good hospitals in Nigeria.
Because if you are talking about medical practitioners, they are still in Nigerians. It's still in Nigerians medical practitioners.
We have enough. We have enough. We don't have the facility. And Nigeria have money to invest. You understand? We have money to invest in hospital, private too. So if you say private medical, if you are in government, you must not go abroad for medical treatment. Meaning there will be business for hospitals in Nigeria. People will begin to invest money in the hospital sector. If you say, if you are in government, you will not buy foreign cars, innocent will do well. And that money will remain in the country. We will not be spending our money on that. If you are in government, don't send your child abroad. Do you know how much Nigerians pay as school fees for children abroad?
And they do that with gladness, because they feel like what they are paying for is worth it.
Mary, a school fees in England for a Nigerian is £14,000 per student per term. £14,000. Now add that one to the number of Nigerians in the UK, in America, in Canada, in Australia, not even the dead countries. Now a lot of Nigerians studying in Cotonou, in Ghana. Imagine if that money remained, our Nigerian education system would have been the best. So let us make the right laws. There's only one way to solve it. International business, simple economy tell us, say, if you sell more than you take, if you sell and you buy more than you sell, your money will go down. If Nigerian can be selling more things, like I was encouraged, I was so happy that they're buying our farm product. Why don't we produce farm produce and sell? You know, that is the only way our money will stabilize. This whole shortcut, everything we are doing now is shortcut. The only reason we are still surviving is oil money. Only oil money. If oil money goes away, and those of us in the diaspora, All the money we earn, we send it home. That's how Nigeria is surviving. If you cut off the money of people in diaspora, cut off all your money, in fact, there will be war tomorrow.
That's just it.
There will be war in Nigeria tomorrow. Government will run because there will be no way money will come. So the luck we have is we're still making money from diaspora. We're making money from oil. Instead, what we are now doing with the money is they will steal this money and use it to send their child abroad, use it to buy foreign cars. And they are telling us that our problem is, in fact, these people, they're taking us for a ride. We pray that you young people at the point in time know that the Chris is getting old. Look at my wife here, so I'm no more in the scene. You guys need to take your destiny into your hands. It's a serious issue. You know what? The show is supposed to be 1 hour, Mary. With 1 hour, 15
It's
minutes.
not. Nigerian problem is too much.
It's
So when you
too
want to do a
much.
one hour show, talking about Nigerian problem is difficult for you. I know that it's not possible for you to do this show for 1 hour, but at least I believe we've been able to touch 1 or 2 areas,
Yes,
important
yes,
areas.
yes.
Okay, but please, on that note, it's weekend and people have some. Let see if they would divorce me quickly if I continue to do this. So let me go back. Let me go and spend some time and do the right thing with family. Thank you very much, 2 young ladies, for joining us. We're going to do this next week. News Bulletin is going to be always what it is. I come in today. Princess has been the one handling the show. But I just want the audience to understand what the News Bulletin is all about. It's a review of what has happened with the week and then a little view at the highlight of today. And for me, the summary of today is actually what Guardian did for us. The summary is the governors, the creative things, the governors, if they want us to survive, they should start being productive. They should intervene individually, state by state. The way the federal government was able to release 30 billion for them extra, they should intervene into the challenges we're facing. And intervention is not by buying food like Lagos State Governor said he's going to give food to them. Start to farm. In fact, cement is doing good well now. Produce cement. Do something, state governors. If Dangote can do it, why can a state governor not do it? How can a whole state not be able to do it? That's the thing I don't understand. Is Dangote richer than my state? No. So we need to wake up and begin to challenge our status quo. The way we used to do things must be done differently now. We cannot have all these fine boys as governors for nothing. Look at them. In fact, if you see where they will party tonight, you will cry. Look at these fine people. They should not be.
Nigerian problem is not disturbing them like this.
Yes.
It's not disturbing them.
They're not feeling the heat.
They're not. Why would they feel it?
How many of their kids are in the country?
No, it's exactly what I was saying, my daughter. So God will help us, but let us really, my own is to direct the anger to the right places, or direct the forces, direct the blow. There's nothing we're going to do if the governors don't wake up. There's nothing we're going to do to save Nigeria if we don't stop sending our children abroad, if we don't stop using foreign cars, the way they're using it now. You see, a Nigerian senator, look at how much they pay the senator, look how much they pay the poor man. And you are telling me the problem is somebody that is selling food, that is exporting food out of the country. Who are you talking to? How much do you earn, Chetima? How much the amount of things they send out of the country, how much is it? So these are the problems, and we cannot fight a wrong war or even do. In fact, Nigeria, we have enough money. All we need to do is put our energy in the right places, and I'm sure we'll get there. Thank you, young ladies, for joining me.
That's the take home.
Yes.
Put their energy in the right, because they leave A to do B, and they know the important things to do, but they leave them one to focus on another thing. Once they find out that somebody stole something, and they'll just focus on that person, and they're also stealing.
Exactly.
You understand?
In fact, fella said it too. The person, the important thief. Fella said that the sharp thief, who be robber. An armed robber is somebody that is carrying gun to go and rob people on the street. But the true armed robber is the one that is using the pen to swindle. The governors are making billions on a monthly basis. Billions of naira. Let me put them on the screen for you. These governors, they make billions. Stolen money. They are not, it's not their money. And I can stand. The fella say, carry me, go any court and go put book for you. These people are stealing the money. They are telling us that our problem is the herdsman, or is the farmer, or is this or that. No, sir. Our problem is you, governor. intervene into this economic crisis. If cement is high, produce cement in your state. There's no food, start to grow food. 6 months alone is enough for us to grow food that will change the dynamics of the country. And the people that can intervene are these governors. They got 30 billion to do what? What they do with security vote? If they want us to be safe, the state governors can actually set up vigilantes to make sure our farms are safe. The reason why I know that is they get 2-point-something billion, some get 1 billion in a month for security vote. Use that money, Oga. Get vigilante. Let them secure our farm for us. In fact, you setting up vigilante, you give job to people. The federal government say you cannot have state police, but you can have vigilante. So use vigilante. And those states have started. We need to wake up, my daughter. Can we say we wrap this up today? Young ladies, I know you guys want to jump out now and have good time. Yeah. You are there with this old man. I understand that.
Man, the problem in the country is too much. I feel like
I understand completely.
It's overwhelming.
It is. But it's wonderful having this beautiful chat with you guys. We'll be here on Monday, and I hope Blessing will join you on Monday so we can do this. And please fix your camera. I don't know why it is fluctuating today.
I'll right? Start the show. I think it's not on focus.
Yes. God bless you and stay out of trouble. Take care of yourself. The country, Abuja is hot. Everybody is looking for money. It's the survival of the fittest. That's more reason why we should be careful and stay out of trouble. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. So until Monday, young ladies, I say have a beautiful weekend. God bless you.
And you too. Bye.
Bye.